the learning curve on a piece of property really ramps up when you own it. When you're so intimate with that piece of ground.
Selling everything you can in order to get the down payment for your first farm. We're talking to Brad Thomas, who did exactly this when he bought his first farm in Iowa. Hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Here we go.
So did you just save up a bunch of money and then go finance the purchase, or do you have any advice to share on that?
I sold anything I could possibly sell that didn't have any meaning to me. And my parents they gifted me a little bit. I paid it all back, but they gifted me a little bit that I needed to come up with for the rest of the down payment. But mainly it was just anything that I didn't need. We'd acquired a whole lot of stuff. And I was in commercial snow removal at the time. So I had several skid loaders and several trucks and plows, and anything that I could sell, I sold that I didn't have to have for my everyday job. And then I would just go back and do what I did originally, just buy a piece at a time back. I had I think it's very, very important to have a good relationship with a good banker. And I did. So, anything I could to quickly come up with that down payment, and then getting it. Once I got it bought, then I was able to go back and start buying all the other stuff back that I needed.
Mm-hmm. So you had the itch pretty bad to buy it then.
I did.
You were selling everything that wasn't attached to the house, basically. Right. Sounds like.
That's right.
That's cool. That's something we haven't covered yet. People, like everyone focuses on all, how do you get to because it's no secret getting the down payment's the hardest part in this whole process. And so, if you got some stuff to sell it, and they'll get you there a lot faster.
Yep.
What made you want to buy that farm? Was it that it was because it was kind of polished up, or was the deer neighborhood? Did you feel like you could grow big deer there?
Yeah. It was a rough piece of ground. It checked all my boxes. It had the size. It was in southern Iowa. Now, there's definitely different areas of southern Iowa that are more desirable than others, but it was in a good location, just south of Centerville, not too awful far. The size was right, the area was right, and it had, out of that 514 acres, like 300 and some of them were income producing acres.
Wow.
So it had the income on it. Obviously I had to be able to continue to make the farm payment. Not only do you have to come up with a down payment, but you also have a mortgage payment every year to come up with.
Pretty big one too.
Yep. So it had the income to be able to do that. Even though it was 300 income producing acres, 100 of them were riparian buffer strips.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I was getting paid for my deer cover.
Was this along like a river or a creek system, or?
Yeah, that farm had, if I remember right, had 5 ponds on it. So there was a lot of water on that piece, just creeks. Coming out of the ponds.
Sounds like a dream. I'm picturing it in my head right now. It sounds like a pretty cool place. So, and I assume there was probably a bunch of edge too, from the sounds of it.
There really was. It didn't. Again, I've learned so much. The learning curve on a piece of property really ramps up when you own it. When you're so intimate with that piece of ground that there's some things that I learned real quick when I only owned that piece for, it wasn't even a year. And in that short amount of time, I knew some things on the new piece that I wanted that I didn't have on the first piece.
So what were some of those things that let you want more?
That Appanoose piece, all of the cover was on. It had a 200 acre block of timber, but that was all on the south end of the farm. And your access was one of the big ones that I learned. My access was all. I had a gravel road all along the north end of the farm and all along, on the west end of the farm. Your 2 worst access points were the access points that I had. So to get to any of the cover, you had to go through all the row crop or all the hay acres, and you were blowing everything out in the mornings. So really, it was a great piece to hunt in the evenings, but it wasn't set up so well for the morning access. And that's one thing I definitely wanted on the new piece was better access.
Cleaner access. Would you, I mean, is that something you think you can overcome can you overcome a north and south or north and west access on a farm, in your opinion?
Yeah. I mean, especially when you have a gravel road along the entire north. I mean, we had a 1.25 miles of road frontage on the north side of the farm, and I could access it from anywhere on that 1.25 miles. So yeah, I mean, there's ways of getting around that access, but might mean a whole lot more walking than what
most people want to do.
Desirable. Yeah. I mean, there's ways to do about anything you want to do. So.
Yeah, there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation with Brad. We have the full-length version on our podcast, the Land Podcast, which has new episodes every single Monday. We have new videos here every single Thursday and Saturday. And if you're wanting to learn more about recreational land, whether it's buying, selling, or anything else in between the two of them, you're in the right location. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Until next time, see ya.